Welcome, welcome. So glad you could join us. And today I'm going to begin with a little reading here from Maya Angelou. Surrender to the giver of all things. Sit still. The world is noisy. Step into the presence of the one who holds the answers. In him we see clearly. Hope, peace, grace is with us. Gratitude's gate is open up to joy. Words are seeds. And that's by Maya Angelou. So let's allow our attention to rest on being open to God and allow our words and these phrases that we repeat to be the seeds that grow in the garden of grace and in our lives and in others' lives, watered with love and overflowing with presence. So let's bring our hands to heart center and we can inhale and exhale and inhale. We are grateful. I am grateful, grateful, grateful. Allow your whole body to sit still. In the noise of the outside world, the busyness of the day, it can be there. We can just notice it. We notice that noise, we notice that busyness. We notice the thoughts, we notice the breath. And through it all, we sit still. Noticing from the heart, as if we could see with the eyes of our heart. Everything passing by, even our breath coming, going. We notice from this place of awareness. We have stilled and quieted our souls as we look from the place of stillness. And as we look from the heart, the whole body begins to just release and relax into the present moment. Noticing any contraction in the feet or in the hands. We bring the next breath there. And then allow that relaxation and peace to flow into our feet and into our hands. Noticing any stress in the lower back or the hips or the shoulders. We bring the next breath there, allowing the peace and the calm to enter in. Noticing the neck, the jaw, the eyes. Bring the next breath there, allowing that peace and calm, that stillness to reign over these areas of our body. Noticing thoughts and feelings that arise, float through, and then pass. We bring that next breath and let our attention drop down into the heart, noticing from the heart. Noticing the whole body. It's vibrant and alive, resonating with peace, calm, presence. And we notice from awareness itself, this nameless one, the one who is aware. And from this beautiful, vast space of awareness, all the boundaries and borders just seem to drop away. Of course, they never actually were there. And from this spacious awareness, love flows, love surrounds, love fills us up. It's all there is. It's love. And from this vast space of awareness, I invite you to bring to heart someone who could represent this love for you. A mentor, a benefactor, someone who really personifies loving awareness. And then whether their branches are shading your way or your feet are in their waters, or you're looking up into the vast sky, where they're filled with clouds or stars, or their hands are on your shoulders, or their palms are blessing you. Whatever this dear one, this divine love that flows around and through and within us, in which we live and move and have our being. This one shares that love, fills us up until it overflows. And this overflowing love, we allow it to flow to someone who we find so easy to love. Some dear one. And then finding that connection with this one. We allow the love to flow through. And we let our loving words of compassion shine to them. May you be happy. May you be healthy. May you be joyous. May you be free. May you be happy. May you be healthy. May you be joyous. May you be free. And our dear one fills up with that love. And they reflect it back to us, blessing us as well. And they join in with us. And we accept that blessing. May we be happy. May we be healthy. May we be joyous. May we be free. May we be happy. May we be healthy. May we be joyous. May we be free. And with gratefulness for this love filling us up and these words blessing us, we allow the love to flow to someone who is almost a stranger to us, someone who we really don't know that well. Could be someone we saw on the street today, or someone we've seen but haven't met, or someone that we haven't really gotten to know. We let the love flow to this one that's almost a stranger to us. May you be happy. May you be healthy. May you be joyous. May you be free. Be happy. Be healthy. Be joyous. Be free. And as that love continues to flow, check in with our loving being. This divine love flows through us as if we're a conduit of the love. And then letting it flow to someone who we've had a tough time with this week, or someone who's had a tough time with us. So allowing the love to flow to this one, blessing them. May you be happy. May you be healthy. May you be joyous. May you be free. Be happy. Be healthy. Be joyous. Be free. And that love fills them up and overflows. And we allow the love to flow to someone who's having a really rough time this week, someone who maybe is sick or financial burden or in danger. It could be a friend or a family. And just get a real feel for their presence, seeing them with the eyes of the heart, noticing them from the heart. May you be happy. May you be healthy. May you be joyous. May you be free. Be happy. Be healthy. Be joyous. be free. And this happiness overflows and brings that deep-seated joy that goes down right to the roots. And that health is health of the body, of the mind, and of the spirit. And that freedom is freedom from anything holding us or them back from love. These chains are broken. Be happy, be healthy, be joyous, be free. And then let that love flow to others that really need a blessing. It could be a community or a nation or species on the earth. Maybe the words aren't perfect, but this love is. Be happy, be healthy, be joyous, be free. And that gift of love flows and overflows. And we open up our palms and include our own dear ones in the circle. Our own friend group and family group. May you be happy. May you be healthy. May you be joyous. May you be free. Be happy. Be healthy. Be joyous. Be free. And each one of these dear friends and family reach out and include their own friends and family and join in with us. May we be happy. May we be healthy. May we be joyous. May we be free. Be happy. Be healthy. Be joyous. Be free. And then seeking to include rather than exclude. Each one reaches out to their friends, family, work associates, acquaintances, and this love crosses our communities, crosses our borders, our nations, all around the earth. May we be happy. May we be healthy. May we be joyous. May we be free. Be happy, be healthy, be joyous, be free. And then we also include all the creatures of the earth, the littlest earthworm or microbe to the greatest whale or elephant. May we be happy. May we be healthy. May we be joyous. May we be free. And all these animals remind us to include the plants, from the great sequoias to the tiny plankton. Every plant, every green and growing thing. May we be happy. May we be healthy. May we be joyous. May we be free. We include the earth itself, right to the center of the earth, the oceans, the skies, and the land, all the way to the furthest star. May we be happy. May we be healthy. May we be joyous. May we be free. We include all beings everywhere. May we be happy. May we be healthy. May we be joyous. May we be free. And then from that furthest star right here to our heart, to this breath, this spacious, incredible, vast, unimaginable love. It's unimaginable, and yet it's completely experienced here in awareness. The mind can't fathom it, but the heart knows. And this love is who we really are. It's right here. Just as much as we're always in the right now, the love is right now here. At any time at all during the week, we can be just by turning to it right here, where we can never leave. And bringing our hands to heart center, we can inhale and exhale and inhale. We are grateful. I am grateful, so grateful for you joining. Thank you, thank you. Big blessings. And if anyone would like to share, you're very welcome. And I will stop the recording so you can share without being recorded. Okay, let's shake it out a little bit. Just shaking, letting everything go. And your arms actually now they don't have any power in them. They're just being thrown around a little bit. Good. And then we're going to throw them back and forth this way. Let them go and breathe. Good. And then allow your hands to hit you in the lower back as they come around. And then shoulder and lower back. So now you are moving your arm a little bit there, shoulder and lower back. Good. And just knocking on the door of life and patting yourself on the shoulder. Good. And then come slowly back to center. Arms are going through the water, through the water, through the water. And to center, and we'll inhale, bringing arms up. And then exhale, dropping that chi down the central meridian, all the way down to the earth. And inhale, bringing arms up. And exhale, letting them drop down the central meridian. One more like that. Good, good, good. And now let your hands float up in front. So they're reaching out in front, floating up, and then they float back down. So our arms and hands float up just like there's two helium balloons under them, and then they float back down. And your toes are facing forward. Don't be pigeon-toed. And your tailbone kind of comes up, and then as you bend your knees a little bit as you come down, your tailbone goes down. There we go. So the spine's moving with the hands and down. One more, opening the door here. This one's called opening the door. And then bring it down. And then we're going to bring that left hand up, float it up and down. And then the right hand comes up and let it float down. So now we're balancing both sides of the body, floating. Good. A little closer. Does that help? Float and float. Very good. All right, and now as that left hand comes up, we're going to reach all the way back, drawing a rainbow, and then let both hands come up, and then float down. And then the other side, the right arm reaches back, drawing a rainbow, and then let it float up and float down. One more on each side. Lead with the pinky and reach. And then float up. We're opening up that shoulder. And this one's called Kuan Yin, draws a rainbow. Beautiful. And then floating up and floating down. We're going to step open more than shoulder with the park now. And open up the arms. And then give that chi a hug. So it's as if you're holding onto a tree trunk. Inhaling and exhaling. And inhale and exhale. One more. And then hold and breathe. Hold that tree trunk. Beautiful, beautiful. Good. And then bring the hands down to the earth. Good. And then allow your hands to come together as if you're holding a ball of chi between them. Just holding onto that ball. Good. Just kind of playing with the ball of chi here. Good, good, good. And then what I want you to do with this ball of chi is bring it to a place in the body that really needs a blessing today. So it could be your ears or your lower back or your knees, wherever that is. For me, it's definitely my ears. It's my tinnitus. Good, so I'm bringing that there. Just bring that chi there. Good, good, good. And then we're going to whoosh it through our skulls. So we're whooshing our hands through our skull, starting at the face and then all the way to the base of the neck. Face, base of the neck, good. Moving that chi. One more like that. And then a yin massage on the back of the head. So you're just kind of, I'm showing you how my hands are just going back and forth, not actually touching on the back of the head. And then the front of the face. Good. The thyroid, the neck. Good. And then around the heart and the lungs, all the way around one way. And then all the way around the other way. Good. And then those lower organs, all those inner organs there, around one way and then around the other way. And then bring hands to the lower back. And then here we're going to knock. So knock, knock, knock on your lower back and your hips. Good. Knock, knock, knock. And then sides of the hips, knocking. Good. And then we're going to pat down the outside of the legs. So pat down the outside of the legs all the way down, around the feet, up the inside of the legs, right to the hip bone. And then we're going to go down the back of the legs. So from lower back all the way down the back of the legs to the heels. And then up the front of the feet, past the knees, past the thighs, and all the way back up to that hip bone. And then take your left hand, bring it over to the right shoulder, and tap, tap, tap at the top there, all the way down that right arm, and then around the hand, and past the armpit, all the way back to the hip. And then we'll do that one more time, starting at the shoulder, tap, 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 and then around, and all the way to the hip, and then the other side. This is just great for our lymph nodes. It's actually physically good for our lymph nodes, not just the yin massage, but also actually tapping them and then up to the shoulder, but also moving that energy. Good. And right to the hip. Great. And then fingertips on our rib cage. So inhaling through the nose, exhale through the mouth. So we're tapping with our fingertips. Inhale through the nose, exhale through the mouth. Inhale and exhale. One more. And then to collarbone, tap, tap with fingertips. And then heart centers or sternum. And cheekbones. In through the nose, out through the mouth. Great. And then all the way back, center part there, all the way back on your skull. Last one. Good. And then clap off anything that isn't serving and let it go. Beautiful, beautiful. Then let's open our palms to the front and just feel the vibrancy in our bodies, the resonance of that. Breathing in and breathing out. Beautiful. And then opening up our legs, we're going to bring the right hand across the body and look at that palm. And then your left hand's down at the bottom here. And we're just going to bring it over to the other side and then allow those hands to switch position. So now your opposite hand, you're looking at that and you bring it over to the other side. And then you start to make this into a flow, into a dance from one side to the other. And this one's called Hands Are Making Clouds, or Hands Pass Like Clouds. And with this, we're just moving the energy through all these meridians of the body, cleansing them, cleansing maybe our mind. We could bring it up over our head, cleansing our heart, cleansing our lungs. Good. We got that lymph moving and now we're cleansing it. Great. But we could also cleanse our memories, our concepts, our ideas, and let those things go. They're just clouds passing. Beautiful. And then we come back to center. Great. And then reaching out with both hands, we're going to grab and pull it in and hold here at the waist. And then I want you to take your left hand and bring it across the body and then look at that palm. And then we're going to move that palm, slowly opening up the shoulder and see how far back you can go. Keep looking at the palm and then bringing it back again. And you can see the whole landscape is going by, but you are calm at the center. And then reach out for that one thing and bring it in. And then the other side comes across and you look at that palm and then let that palm move, noticing the palm, seeing the whole world going by, but we are the calm at the center. Bringing it back. We are the awareness itself. And then reach out for that one thing and then bring it back. Beautiful. Inhale and drop the chi down. And then let's go to wise old owl. So we open up our arms and then turn our wrists to the side and look to the side and then bring it back. And then open up to the other side, turn your head to the side and then bring it back. And then we're going to do a quarter turn. So we're going to go in all four directions. So inhale, open arms, look to the side, and then bring it back, opening our wings and turning, and then bringing it back, and then quarter turn. And turning again. Coming back to center, we'll inhale and drop that chi right down the central meridian. Beautiful. And we'll go into our chi fountain. So bring that chi back up and then flip it at the heart, reach to the sky, let it pour down. Beautiful. Bringing it up and let it flow. One more like that. Good. And time for big circles. So we step open and then bring that right arm up. Then let it flow down, following the palm, making a big circle here. And the power for this comes from the legs as we make our big circle and breathe. Good. Spreading, cleansing and blessing our own aura, but also all the universe. And then bring the opposite hand up. Let it flow down. Follow that palm. Reach. Letting the legs do the work here. And one more. Back to center. Inhale, drop the chi. Then bring that left leg forward, right leg back. Exhaling both hands forward. And then inhale them back to our prayer wheel. Exhale and inhale. And exhale. Inhale, beautiful. And each individual prayer goes out. Blessing. One more. And then switching sides. And exhale and inhale. Exhaling. And one more on this side. And then bringing it back to center, we make that little basket right at our lower energy center, which is about 3 inches below our belly button. And we bring the left hand up and then let it center our practice right down. And then bring the right hand up and center our practice. One more on each side. Just holding that energy in our lower energy center. And then we'll bring that down to the root and then up to the solar plexus and down, then up to the heart and down, and then up to the throat, down, and up to the forehead, and down, and then up over the head, and down, and then one hand, one palm on top of the lower energy center, the other one over that, feet close together, and then we sway in the wind like a bamboo in the wind, always coming back to center. Our roots going down deep and connected. Good. And then bringing both hands up, meeting at the top in prayer, and then bringing them to heart center. We are grateful, and I am grateful for you. Thank you for joining.